Hey guys, hope you're having an awesome day. Today we are going to finalize our arguments. So I just want to talk really quickly about what your final argument should look like, what your format should be. That way you know what you need to be doing. So if you are making a documentary, your final format is your completed film. So whatever you've made, if that's your iMovie with your voiceover and any images and video you filmed, that's your documentary. Put that together, edit parts you need to edit, put the quotes in, all of that. Make sure from yesterday that you've got your citations somewhere in there. And that's your documentary. It is your film. So when you turn in your final argument, you're turning in that film. For your speech, your final product, your final argument is the speech. You can either film your speech or you can set up a time with me to give a live performance of your speech via Zoom. You can invite other classmates to that, or just me or other teachers. Anyone you want to invite to that Zoom, we can try to invite to that Zoom if you want to give your speech live. If you'd like to turn in a filmed version of your speech and perform your speech live, great, you can do that too. Just let me know so that we have a time and I can make a Zoom link and all of that if you want to do that live. If you're just going to film it, great. If you want to have a live audience while you film it, like you want your family to sit around and listen to your speech, that's awesome too. Either way, you giving your speech is your final version of your argument. So that's what I want turned in. Either you setting up a time to give your live speech to me via Zoom, or just turning in a video of you giving your speech. All right, next is the letter. If you are making a letter, you want to move your text to a new doc. So right now it's in your document with all of your planning and everything. You want to copy and paste that to a new document so it's nice and fresh. You want it to be in a letter format, and you want to make sure it's turned in as a PDF. Let me show you a letter format really quickly. So this is my rough draft. You see how it's all, with everything else. I don't want that for my final draft. So I went ahead and stuck it into letter format. For a letter, you need some sort of salutation, which is like the greeting at the top of the letter. I put "to whom it may concern" because I didn't write my argument with a letter in mind, so I didn't have an audience. You should have an audience in mind, so there should be a specific person that you're writing to. So you're gonna say like "dear whoever," or "dear Miss," whoever you're writing to, that's what's gonna go there. If you're writing to a governor, you're going to say "Dear Governor," whatever. If you're writing to the superintendent, you're going to say "Dear Dr. Niedermeyer." If you're writing to me, you're going to say "Dear Miss Valenga," or some other version of that. There are many salutations, there's many greetings you can start a letter with. You want to make sure it's appropriate for your audience. If your audience is someone that you know really well, then you might be able to use like a first name or a more like casual name. If your audience is someone you don't know at all, you're going to want to be more serious and more sincere. Again, I didn't write my letter, I didn't write my argument with a letter in mind, so my introduction doesn't introduce who I am. If I were writing a letter, I would introduce myself before jumping into my actual argument. I would say like, here's why I'm writing this, and here's who I am. And then at the bottom, hold on. You'll notice that all of my paragraphs are left aligned and there is an extra space between each paragraph. That is correct for a letter, so make sure yours is like that as well. And then at the end, you need some sort of sign off. I just used "sincerely." That is a very normal and formal one. There are many, many other sign-offs that you can use. Think of any email you've gotten. There are lots of different sign-offs. Some are more appropriate for audiences than others. So think about what you might want to do and then sign it with your name. go ahead and include your works cited. Again, mine is weirdly messed up. Do the best you can with the formatting. But include your works cited so that your audience knows where you got your information. So that's what our letter looks like. And then if I go back to this, my editorial, you're going to want to also move your text to an doc. You're going to want an editorial format, and you're going to want to turn it in as a PDF. I went ahead and turned mine into an editorial format. You want a title at the top if it's an editorial. That can be bigger. Then you want your name. You want to say who it's by, and you want the date that you wrote it. And then, just like the letter, all your paragraphs are going to be left aligned, and there's going to be an extra space between paragraphs. That is correct for an editorial. If you have images, they can go in there. And then, again, your works cited at the bottom. Make sure you've got all of those sources so that you are not stealing any information from people. Wrong thing. As you are finishing that up, there is this kind of just explained. If you were going to mail your letter, you would include addresses. If you are going to mail your letter to someone, if it's not someone you personally know, please do not put your personal address on that. You can put the school's address, but don't send someone you don't know your personal address. That's a bad idea. So definitely, if you're going to mail the letter to someone you don't personally know, please don't put your address on there. Normally, for a formal letter, you can put the school's address if you want to put an address, but don't put your personal address. All right, so you just need today to finalize that format, do anything you need to do, make any revisions you still want to make, edit anything you still want to edit. I'm available for video conferences if you want to ask me any questions, have me look at anything. I would love to help, so just let me know what you need. I am here with any help that I can give you. All right, guys, awesome work. I am so proud of you.